All right, so let's go on like an amazing spree of messages. So this like someone like started an argument like with me because like well actually they started with someone else because they liked a lolly anime, and they made the classic argument like imagine not being able to like separate fiction from reality, right? And then the person says like something like a lot of times when they find out you enjoy watching Naruto over my little sister is my girlfriend. Which, to be fair, is a funny fucking title, and it is like I would never watch that because that just sounds fucking gross. But my thing is, look, like I made the point, like Kakashi pokes a 14-year-old child's asshole, right? And then has a nosebleed when the same child transition no jutsus into a girl in season one. Like this is a thing that happens all the time in like early Naruto, right? And Naruto is a 14-year-old kid. Now, people are defending it that it's a joke, which first off, most of the lolly stuff in anime actually, when you look at it, is a joke. But that's beside the point. Like these guys are just not getting what like they're watching is, right? But like so, like it eventually gets to like the person's like, and you're like he's trying to like say something the whole time, and he says, and you're real committed to defending lolicons, right? And I said, and you're real committed to saying it's okay to molest children when you're personally enjoying it. Because like that's what he's saying. He's like saying, well, it doesn't matter that a man is poking a child in his asshole, molesting a kid, because I personally found it funny, and you should be mad. You should be ashamed of yourself for defending this thing you never watched because you don't find any difference in it, and you also like don't give a shit because it's a cartoon, which I've iterated a bunch. It's a cartoon. Naruto in this are like he's replying again. Let's see. What's he thinking now? Like you're the one defending a pedophile. Yeah, you're the one. Yes, poor man, bless. Like you're the one. That... like if we're being real, that's what he's saying. If lolicon is pedophilia, so is Kakashi Atake, right? And the difference is Kakashi Atake is a pedophile in anime, right? As in the character Kakashi Atake is a pedophile, right? Like not the show is pedophilic, but the character is, right? Like now, the reason why it's fine, just like in lolly stuff, is that it's fake. No actual people are harmed, right? Like if no one is harmed, what's the fucking problem? Right? Like no one fucking cares because it's not real. Like that's the thing. Like people like Keemstar cares. Keemstar totally cares. Motherfucker, that guy doesn't even care that like someone drew his porn of his daughter. He never went once to the FBI. He just kept like hiding it, making drama for it like years later. If that guy cared one fucking shit about his daughter, he would have called the cops and found out what his answers were. But he never did he? Like he never did. Imagine that. He never did. He never did any of the steps that would have been required to get justice for his kid because he doesn't fucking care. So why should I? And that's my thing. Like if it's fine if it's fine like until like he says it's not fine for someone to draw like porn of like their daughter, like their actual daughter. I don't see like what's the problem with the like what it really is these guys are just randomly coming up to troll, and like I'm just giving them the time of day because it's fun for me. like I am enjoying how retarded these are, because now it's like they're on the defensive. Like they're on the defensive because I'm getting them like they're having like they're probably gonna like this guy's gonna be like I mean like it's just so crazy how people will literally die on the hill that like what they like is only okay because it's not the thing they don't like. But whenever they describe the thing they like, it perfectly comes with why people like the thing they don't like. And when they describe the thing they don't like, it perfectly describes the thing they like every single time. Like, it's not that this is bad. Like, I do not care if you would prefer like Naruto to like whatever they like. I know this is probably a made up anime, but there's anime that have like even weirder titles, so it's not really like this is too on the nose. Honestly, like there's worse anime titles that exist than this, right? That's not the problem, like either. But like here's the thing, like these are fictional shows. Um, like yeah, the problem with like this joke is that it's not a problem. The problem is that their logic has made it a problem. I would not be able to say this if they just said they found shonen better than lolly stuff, right? Like honestly, I'd say that I'd agree. I don't really like lolly anime. Like the only ones I've really like even looked at are like Horikoshi's Dragon Maid for like a little bit. I just didn't find it entertaining. But I'm not going to say I personally find it boring, therefore it's pedophilia. I'm going to say it's a cartoon. And I like my cartoons because I like the cartoons I like to be more like shonen and DC. So cartoons that are more like shonen and DC, I tend to enjoy more, which is probably why My Hero Academia is usually like depending on like the season, because like season 4, like I was 5 was kind of mid to me for a bit, but like My Hero Academia, it wasn't bad. It was just kind of mid, right? My Hero Academia is literally just DC cartoons mixed with shonen. It's great to me, and that's what I like. I like shonen. I'm like a simple tourist, right? But I'm not gonna pretend like the rest of the shit is bad. In my opinion, honestly, what it really comes down to is these people are anime purists that want like only the anime that they watch that gets censored for America to come like to exist, but then they don't want it to be censored for America. But then they want it to be censored for America. But then they don't want it to be censored for America. But then they want it to be censored for him. Like you get like the point. Like and it's endless hypocrisy. Either you want anime unfiltered because it's fictional, no one's getting hurt, and it's fine, or you want anime to be censored to your ideals. Like, either you are just as bad as the woke scolds, or like, like Rev says Desu is like why like one of the people I like. Rev says Desu will like he doesn't think like he'll disagree with me on a lot of things. I'm pretty sure I'm trans. He's like pretty against that, right? But like when it comes down to it, I would rather talk to him than any woke scold on anime or any fucking like any of these pieces of shit either. Like anime puritanism is bad regardless of how you do it. Like I like shonen. Like he probably like hate my anime taste to be fair, because I'm more of a shonen guy. I'm pretty sure he's not. Like I'm pretty sure I can tell he's not. But I like my shonen, and he can like what he likes. We can talk about it. I'll probably like get uncomfortable mid conversation because I was raped as a kid. I don't really like that kind of shit because it brings back bad memories. But here's the thing: I'm not gonna like say, look, you can't talk about. I'm gonna say I'm gonna leave the conversation. You can talk about it. I'm just not gonna really talk about that show. Like it like bothers me. Like that part bothers me. Like so I'm gonna like leave. But like you're fine to talk about it. Like that's your show, not mine. Like that's what I would say, because that's how it should be. Like if someone likes something and they're not harming you, if you don't like the conversation, you can leave. If you like the conversation, you can stay. That's how it goes, right? If it is harming people, like this is the thing. Ava Tyson was only ever bad because she was grooming actual kids. And also the other Mr. Beast stuff like that actually didn't have to do with grooming. There's actually a ton of bad Mr. Beast stuff that actually had to do with the content too, not just the behind the scenes shit. But yeah, the problem with Tyson was that she molested not groomed kids. No one would fucking care otherwise, really. Like if it was just because the thing is, everyone was saying well, the lolly shit leaked last year. Like Sunny V2 was right. No one cared about the lolly shit, right? Like, and the lolly shit didn't leak last year. Like, leaked 4 years before then, and people were saying the same thing. Like, they were like, "We already knew this. What the fuck are you talking about this now? Like, this was known 4 years ago." Like, that's the thing. No one cared until a month ago when the DMs were leaked that said that proved that they molested. Not fucking talking about like Kakashi molesting Naruto. Brought the M word in my mouth too much. Grooming kids, and it's still bad. It's still a crime. It's still bad. Fuck Tyson, right? Fuck Mr. Beast too. Now that we're hearing the other stuff, right? But yeah, that was the problem. Them being in a cartoon. No one fucking cared. No one fucking cared a year ago. No one fucking cared 4 years ago when it happened in front of their face. No one cares now. No one gives a shit about your fucking beef with Shad Man that you never fucking you could have settled your fucking self 10 years ago, and you decided to mope on it because you would rather use your daughter as a fucking spear against anyone you disagree with on anything that was ever friends with this guy that you want to cancel so badly, instead of calling the cops like a normal fucking person would. Keemstar, you were an absolute fucking piece of shit. You were a vile fucking human being, and you literally, you know what? I honestly want to see what you're doing with your fucking daughter. I bet you're molesting her right now, you fucking piece of shit. That's what I'm thinking. You are literally, you know what you hate Shadman for? The fact that he was turned on by your wife. you were like, Shadman's made porn of my daughter. I must defend my wife's honor. You know why? That's who Keemstar was secretly fucking. That's why I'm gonna say. Because why else would you not call the cops in that scenario? Unless he had dirt back on you, I would have called the cops on that scenario, right? That's what I would have done. So he wouldn't have had dirt on me, right? I would just call it because yeah, that shit ain't uncomfortable. And unlike the other stuff, that's illegal. That is the only illegal image he made, and he's still not been arrested for it. That's how I know Keemstar never reported it. He could have just reported it and it would have been fine. And you know what the funny thing is? Because Keemstar let it slide for so long, Keemstar is technically federally liable for withholding child porn evidence from the police. He literally committed a crime by letting this slide for so long. And by for so long, I mean more than 5 seconds. That's how fucked in the head he is. He's such a drama fueled moron that he literally committed a pedophilic crime to hold a guy accountable for clout for 20 years, like 10 plus years. And like Shadman's just high behind the shadows enjoying himself now. Like Shadman's not suffering. Like he's not. He's like, oh, I served my time in jail for assault and drugs. I'm out of here. I'm fapping to porn again. It's what do? He immediately fapped to porn. Start making all his porn again. Keemstar don't fucking care. Like this is really just a way to like do drama against Mr. Beast. That's it, which is fair. Like Mr. Beast is now like known to be a piece of shit, but he's only a piece of shit because Dog Park like known as a piece of shit because Dog Park exposed him. Like Mr. Beast was exposed for this shit allegedly 4 years ago by Tabernacle. You know why no one believed him? Because he's a commie fuck, and he's wrong. Like everything he said, just like everything Sunny V2 said, was wrong. It's just Dogpack exposed that the actual truth wasn't that far from like reality on both accounts. But it was far enough that the videos were wrong. Like, yeah, Mr. Beast was a fraud, but you gave no evidence. Yeah, Chris Tyson transitioning did like fuck over Mr. Beast, but not because of the reason you said. Like, yeah, if it took Chris Tyson like transitioning for people to dig into like how fucked they were in the head, I mean, so be it, but that's pretty fucked up. Like that's what caused people to look, not the fact it was happening in front of people's faces for years, but rather the fact that like they were just too transphobic to like let that person like be innocent. Well, I mean, it turned out that they, you know what I think? Everyone knew, but it was like, but they wanted to spread the narrative that trans people were all pedophiles. So every one of these people knew. But it, like, except for like I think Dogpack is the only honest person in this situation. Because Dogpack is literally just a guy who's like talking about shit like that he's experienced a couple months ago. Like, yeah, it's in response to the drama. But you know, it's another thing. Everything he said is original. Everyone else is milking that situation, but he's the only one providing receipts. He's the only one replying with receipts to any of this shit. So what I'm thinking, honestly, everyone in this situation, including Mr. Beast and Tyson, obviously, is a piece of shit and a pedophile and needs to be removed from their kids. Because guess what? If you're gonna milk a kid's molestation and grooming for drama, instead of going to the police, which I did, by the way, my last video on my like channel before I deleted it and then remade it again was literally doing that. It was literally me filing FBI police report on Ava Tyson. So I did the thing. None of y'all did. Like Dogpack at least is compiling evidence. I did the thing. What did y'all fucking do? I heard some crickets. Thank you. Thank you very much, crickets.